Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to study the chapter 5 of 7th standard science, food safety. Introduction. The main points of this chapter are: what is the food spoilage, factor responsible for the food spoilage, food wastage, food storage and preservation, method of food protection and food adulteration. Explanation. Last year we have studied about the food or sources of food, the nutrients we obtain from the food for the functioning of the body. Sometimes we see that there is a change in color, odor, taste and quality of the food. How does it happen? Food spoilage. The foodstuffs we consume, whether of animal or a plant source, must be in a good quality. Otherwise, we may fall prey to disease or illness. Food is said to be spoiled if there is a change in its color, odor, texture, quantity or a quality, and there is a loss of its nutrient content. Factor responsible for the food spoilage. Sometimes fruit or their skin turns black. Some foodstuffs give out a foul or a bad smell. Such foodstuffs are not suitable for us to eat. Sometimes naturally available food materials are spoiled by wrong handling, as when they are overcooked or improperly stored, say in a damp place. In such cases, the quality of the food materials deteriorates, matlab decreases. They may also be spoiled during the transportation. But you have ever given a thought to how or where they were made? But they were displayed or served hygienically? What was the source of water used for preparing them? If you think about it, you will come to know how food gets spoiled. Fruit turns black or changes taste. Meat becomes sour or peanut becomes rancid. All these changes occur due to factors within the food materials. Often food grains etc. produced in farm are damaged due to various reasons, like improper handling, improper storage, improper transportation etc. Some foodstuffs become either acidic or alkaline. Some foodstuffs may get spoiled due to chemical reaction on contact with metals. Some may be spoiled due to contamination by the microorganisms in the air and surrounding water or soil. Food wastage. With the help of science and technology, India has shown great progress in the production of various foodstuffs like cereals, fruits, vegetables. Even so, many people in our country and all over the world face the problem of hunger. Many do not get even a one-day meal. Hence, it is a duty to prevent wastage of a food whatever it takes place. Quantitative food wastage. Wrong method of farming like hand sowing of seeds, inadequate threshing, improper storage and wrong method of distribution are some reasons for quantitative food wastage. Besides, much is wasted as a result of the custom of offering and serving too much food to guests at traditional feasts or banquets. All this food could have met the need of many others. Quantitative wastage of food. Using wrong method of protection, food excessive use of food preservation, overcooking, washing the vegetables after cutting them, mishandling of fruit like grapes and mangoes, miscalculation of the time to transport food from producers to consumer are some of the causes of quantitative wastage of the food. Some measures to prevent food wastage and spoilage. Serve yourself only as much as you can eat. Avoid overcooking of the food. Avoid throwing away leftover food. Reuse it in a proper way. Buy only as much grain, vegetable, fruit and milk as you need. Avoid the temptation to make excessive purchases. Store grains and other perishable foodstuffs like vegetables and fruit using proper methods. Check the expiry date of bottle, can, packed food and use within that time. Eat all the food that you have served yourself. Food storage and preservation. We know various methods of safe storage of food like freezing, drying, boil, airtight packing, etc. These different methods prevent the growth of microorganisms in the food and thereby save the food from spoiling. Food protection. Prevention of food spoilage by microbial growth and infestation by pests is called the food protection. Food preservation. Use of various preservatives to prevent for a long period of time food spoilage due to internal factor is called the food preservation. Method of food protection. Freezing. Biological and chemical reaction in the food material are slowed down at a low temperature. That is why refrigerators are used in the kitchen. As a result, food remains in a good condition for a longer duration. Smoking. Food is preserved with the help of smoke. Aluminium phosphide is used in this method. Used of insecticides. Malathion is sprayed on the granny bags containing food grains. Irradiation. In this method, food is exposed to ionizing radiation such as high energy electrons, X-ray, gamma ray emitted by radioactive isotopes. This process destroys the microbes, insects and etc. Shelf life of the fruit increases due to increase in ripening period. The shelf life of potatoes and onions increases due to slowed down sproutings. Use of insert gas, thus preventing the growth of fungus and insects in them. Use of preservatives. Addition of preservatives increases the life of foodstuffs. Natural preservatives. Some naturally available materials like salt, sugar, oil are used as a preservative in pickles, jams and other substances like murabba and petha. Chemical preservatives. Acetic acid, that is vinegar, citric acid, sodium benzoate and sodium nitrate and nitrite salts are some chemical preservatives. They are used in sauces, jams, jellies and in other food packets. These preservatives keep the food safe for a longer duration. Pasteurization. This is the method involves heating the milk or other similar foodstuffs up to a certain temperature to kill the microbes. And then quickly it should be cooled down. This destroys the microbes present in the milk and keeps it for a longer duration. The microbiologist Louis Pasteur developed the technique of preserving the quality of a food with the help of pasteurization. The 16th of October is the World Food Day. Food adulteration. Adulteration means mixing of the harmful chemicals or the substances to increase the quality, quantity and even the color, texture of the foodstuffs. Adulteration simply उसको कहते हैं कि हम food में कुछ जो है एडिटिव्स यानी कुछ कलर्स मिलाए जाते हैं किसी तरह से फूड को जो है अच्छा दिखने और खूबसूरत दिखने, अट्रैक्टिव दिखने के लिए, पीपल उसके तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो, इसके लिए उसमें कुछ केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस मिलाए जाते हैं जिससे फूड की क्वालिटी खराब हो जाती है। उसे हम कहते हैं फूड एडल्ट्रेशन, जिसकी वजह से पीपल्स की हेल्थ को भी बहुत बड़ा धचका लगता है, बहुत बड़ा नुकसान पहुंचता है। The health of all people, young and old, poor and rich, are getting destroyed because of the use of adulteration. Adulteration में बहुत सारे different types के chemicals use होते हैं। कुछ जो है discomfort कर देते हैं, जैसे कि abdominal discomfort और heart disease is also caused by the some of the adulteration. How will you find out that if food has been adulterated? Milk adulterated with water. Put a drop of milk on a glass slide. If the spread mark of the milk does not appear milky white, water must have been added to it. Red chili powder adulterated with brick dust. Take a spoonful of chili powder in a beaker, add water up to half of the beaker. If a red layer is seen settle down at the bottom of the beaker, it must be the brick dust. Turmeric powder, adulterated with methanol yellow. It is a chemical compound exactly look like a turmeric and it is added with the turmeric to give it a nice color. So put a turmeric on a slide and then you are able to find out that it is a adulterated. Rava adulterated with fine iron fillings. Pass a magnet through the rava. If it is adulterated with iron fillings, adhere to the magnet. Food is adulterated with in this way too. Removal of some important component of food, example essence of cloves, cardamom, etc. Mixing of low quality inedible or cheaper material or harmful color with the food. Mixing of some harmful materials like small stones, fine dust, iron fillings, urea, dung of horse, sawdust, etc. Calcium carbide and some other chemicals are used to make fruit look more attractive and colorful. Shopkeeper change the expiry date of the food packets and airtight containers. Adding urea to the milk to increase fat content. Summary: the foodstuffs we consume, whether of animal or a plant source, must be of best quality, otherwise we may fall prey to disease or illness. Food is said to be spoiled if there is a change in its color, odor, texture, quality, quantity, and a taste, and loss of its nutrient content. Food spoilage occurs due to factors within the food materials also. It occurs due to improper handling, improper storage, improper transportation, contact with air, water, and soil. Food wastage is of two types, quantitative and a qualitative wastage of food. Prevention of food spoilage by microbial growth and infestation by pests is called the food protection. There are different methods of food protection such as freezing, smoking, use of insecticide, irradiation, use of insert gas, use of preservatives, and pasteurization. The health of all people is endangered by the food adulteration. Adulterant cause abdominal discomfort, poisoning, functioning of some organs even cause cancer.